People genuinely love it when someone like Diddy gets caught, though. The glee that people have is weird.
Why?
Because he's too successful.
And then I went, thank God I wasn't hitting Julie.
But the things you discover about yourself while you're acting.
Well, it's about self-discovery.
You could afford to not make all of your money when it played in the theater because you knew you had the DVD coming behind the release, and 6 months later you'd get a whole nother chunk.
There has always been some rumors speculating that Diddy and Harvey Weinstein have been working together to lure the actors and take advantage of them. Now, reportedly, Joe Rogan is also speculating the same, that it may be possible that Diddy with Harvey may have lured Matt Damon, and due to some pressure, he never talked against Harvey and Diddy. Joe Rogan has had long-standing concerns about the elites within the entertainment industry. Speculation intensified during the 1951st episode of the JRE podcast, where Rogan hosted YouTuber CoffeeZilla as his guest. Their discussion centered on the ongoing challenges within Hollywood. Rogan brought forth a thought-provoking viewpoint, noting that in show business, individuals receive substantial attention and admiration during times of success. However, when actors encounter setbacks or career downturns, they often experience isolation, with fewer people willing to engage in meaningful conversations with them.
You've developed your own show and you've created your own thing. You haven't been chosen. In Hollywood, the problem is you're being chosen for everything, so you're being cast in these things.
Joe Rogan raised serious concerns about the safety of young artists in Hollywood, highlighting the unsettling casting practices employed by industry elites. During a podcast discussion, the 55-year-old host emphasized how actors often feel pressured to conform their personalities to match the expectations of those who have the power to cast them in films. He noted, "In Hollywood, you're selected for everything, so you're being cast in these things. You have to navigate interactions with those who approve or reject you. Thus, you're shaping your personality based on the prevailing zeitgeist or the ideologies of most producers." Joe further delved into the hypothetical scenario of how Hollywood might operate with a right-wing ideology, sparking speculations that he was addressing the questionable casting practices involving females in the industry. However, Rogan clarified that actors often conform to industry norms not out of personal conviction, but to fit in and secure a successful career. He argued that these actors shape their beliefs and opinions based on what they perceive as the path to success, rather than rigidly adhering to any specific ideology.
So you have to deal with people that approve you or pick you. So you're formulating your personality based on whatever the zeitgeist is, whatever the ideology of most of the producers are.
People's speculations on this matter are grounded in a history of such examples that have been visible from the outset. The public is well aware of the demands placed on young female actors by casting agents when they enter the industry with the intention of contributing to society through their work. Whether it's the production of films like The Artist, Shakespeare in Love, or The English Patient, the Queens-born Harvey Weinstein, a serial has consistently demonstrated his talent for creating influential period films. Amidst the Best Picture Oscars awarded to these movies, perhaps he should have taken the time to study Hollywood's history more closely. His involvement in the casting couch practice, where powerful white men exploit young actresses striving to establish themselves in the film industry, reflects a historical precedent as old as the movie business itself. Joe has raised a critical concern by pointing to these examples and individuals who contribute to making the entertainment industry increasingly challenging for women. He asserts that it remains a difficult path for females to pursue their dreams in this field because they often face objectification and mistreatment. He said, "Of course, that's why they're all crazy." He then added, "In the Hollywood, it's even worse, right? Because you don't get to choose your own destiny." These remarks sparked a reaction from listeners, evoking a range of emotions. Particularly when Joe discussed the suspicious party culture within the industry, many began to draw connections to the current situation involving Diddy. In another episode of JRE, Joe Rogan had a friendly reunion with his longtime friend and former JRE producer, Brian Redban. They reminisce and exchange stories of their adventures. Joe delved into the unique nature of Los Angeles, describing his experiences at a birthday party hosted by the renowned model and actress Naomi Campbell. For those unfamiliar, Naomi Campbell also gained attention for her relationship with Iron Mike Tyson. According to Rogan, that party was nothing short of bizarre. Rogan started off describing his experience of LA, stating, "Living your life in LA can be really bad for the psycho. There's no weather, everyone's trying to get famous, and you're also dealing with these strange people." He then shifted to describing the bizarre party he had been to as an example of the crazy things around LA. The former martial artist stated, "I went to this bizarre party once in the Hollywood Hills with Chappelle. Rogan also described how he ended up at the party, recalling that they were hanging out at the store. They did sets, and Dave was like, "Wanna go to this party with me?" I said, "What is it?" He said, "It's Naomi Campbell's birthday." Now, this is what he observed from Matt's behavior as well. In Hollywood, the pursuit of roles can sometimes involve compromising integrity for opportunity, and Matt Damon has become a focal point of these discussions. Rumors have circulated suggesting that he sacrificed integrity for advancement in the film industry. However, Damon is now addressing these rumors, asserting that he is not alone in navigating this dilemma. He acknowledges that many individuals in the industry have faced similar pressures to compromise their values for the allure of wealth and fame.
You could afford to not make all of your money when it played in the theater because you knew you had the DVD coming behind the release, and 6 months later you'd get a whole nother chunk.
Recently, Matt Damon has been the subject of rumors accusing him of selling his soul, contributing to a perceived negative image in the media. Interestingly, his close collaborator and fellow actor Ben Affleck has publicly commented on the situation. Affleck suggests that external pressures from influential figures within the industry may have influenced Damon's pursuit of fame. However, Affleck has not elaborated on the specific reasons behind this alleged coercion, indicating that he may possess insights into the situation.
Survivors are finding their voice, and people are sort of like, and I include myself in this, really discovering the terrible extent of this problem.
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon have indeed worked on multiple projects with Harvey Weinstein, a prominent figure in the film industry. In the past, Affleck publicly praised Weinstein for his support and involvement in their collaborative efforts. At the 1997 Oscars, when Affleck won an award for Good Will Hunting, he acknowledged Weinstein's belief in their project, stating, "Harvey Weinstein, who believed in us and made this movie." However, some viewers noted that Affleck appeared somewhat nervous during his acceptance speech, which has since sparked speculation and scrutiny given the later revelations about Weinstein's misconduct.
Of us to thank Harvey Weinstein, who believed in us and made this movie, Gus Van Sant for brilliant direction.
As time passed and Harvey's true nature was exposed to the world, Ben Affleck took to his Facebook account to express his dismay and anger. He stated that he was saddened and angered that someone he had once collaborated with had their power to intimidate, and manipulate many women over decades. "The new allegations I read this morning were deeply disturbing," Affleck remarked. Affleck went on to question what actions he could take to prevent this from happening to others. "We must stand by those who come forward, denounce such behavior when we witness it, and work towards empowering more women in influential roles," Affleck concluded. There are also assertions that Ben Affleck was among those flagged by Harvey Weinstein for potentially speaking to journalists in 2017 about his conduct with women. This list, known as the Red Flag List, was confirmed by Variety upon investigation, preceding the explosive reports that fueled the #MeToo movement and contributed to Weinstein's downfall.
If you're seeing it this prevalent, in this industry, it must extend into, finance and tech and all these other places, and it's really disturbing. And
reportedly, this list was just one part of around 1,000 pages of documents that were unsealed at the New York City criminal courthouse prior to Harvey Weinstein's sentencing. Throughout Weinstein's 7-week trial, this document was referenced, though only the name of accuser Annabella Sciorra was disclosed as being included on the list. The lead prosecutor attempted to introduce the entire list, containing names of both men and women, to the jury for their consideration. However, the judge ultimately denied this request.
A really important moment. It feels like a time when survivors are finding their voice, and people are sort of like, and I include myself in this, really discovering the terrible extent.
There's speculation among some individuals that if Ben Affleck's name appeared on the list, Matt Damon's name might have been included as well. This speculation stems from the idea that Matt Damon could have also been a victim of Harvey Weinstein and potentially had negative experiences with him, especially considering Ben Affleck's disclosures about his own encounters with Weinstein. Affleck mentioned that his early experiences making movies with Weinstein now feel tainted because while we were making these movies, there were people who were suffering. He reiterated his commitment to donating any residual income from Weinstein's films to organizations like RAIN and Film Independent. Additionally, Joe Rogan has highlighted Harvey's more dubious actions. As he delves deeper into the intricate world of Hollywood, he has shed light on various connections and interactions that have sparked widespread speculation and conversation.
He apparently hugged a woman and his hand went down her back. This is the depiction.
One of the most significant revelations shared by Rogan was the alleged involvement of male actors, particularly notable figure Matt Damon, in activities that went beyond typical professional networking. Rogan suggested that these actors, motivated by their ambitions for success in Hollywood, may have explored unconventional methods to advance their careers. In that particular podcast episode, Joe Rogan delved into the profoundly disturbing and contentious revelations surrounding Harvey Weinstein and the pervasive culture of that appears to exist within the entertainment industry. The downfall of Harvey Weinstein marked a pivotal moment in the entertainment industry. One of the most unsettling aspects of Weinstein's alleged actions, as explored by Rogan, was his sinister modus operandi. According to Whitney Cummings, a prominent comedian and actress, Weinstein exhibited a deeply troubling pattern of behavior. He would purportedly entice young and aspiring actors with extravagant promises, but these promises were accompanied by horrifying conditions. At the heart of Weinstein's manipulation, as outlined by Rogan, was a deeply disturbing quid pro quo scenario. Allegedly, he would tell these aspiring actors that if they engaged in acts with him, they would be granted the coveted opportunity to become stars in his movies. However, once an actor had complied with his demands, they found themselves subjected to further E&A. Ben also said, "I knew Weinstein was sleazy and kind of a but unfortunately, that wasn't that uncommon." He explained that as a 24-year-old newcomer to Hollywood who had never made a movie. Furthermore, Rogan brought to light that Weinstein would lavish these individuals with attention and privileges, effectively maintaining control over them. However, this extravagant treatment came at a significant price, as Weinstein expected these actors to engage in even more intimate and private interactions with him. This created a chilling cycle of manipulation and that left these actors feeling trapped and powerless in the situation.
Other people were going through something really ugly and disturbing and difficult and terrible and terrifying, and while that was happening, is kind of, I don't know.
Additionally, to maintain the illusion of genuine affection, Rogan claimed that Weinstein would encourage these actors to send him affectionate and even romantic emails. These messages, at first glance, appeared to reflect a loving and consensual relationship. However, beneath the surface, many of these actors harbored deep-seated resentment towards Weinstein for the compromising situations they had been forced into. Actors like Matt Damon found themselves in a difficult position, as they lacked the influence to openly address Harvey's disturbing actions, ultimately becoming victims of Harvey's misconduct. When Ben and Matt expressed admiration for Harvey, they faced significant criticism. However, it is important to note that they were unaware of Harvey's involvement in such activities, and even if they had some knowledge, they may not have had the necessary power to take action. But at one point, Matt's patience finished, and he fell a bombshell on the audience. Matt Damon disclosed that he became aware of Harvey Weinstein's alleged SH of Gwyneth Paltrow through a conversation with his friend Ben Affleck. He said that he knew the Gwyneth story, but never talked about it with her during production on The Talented Mr. Ripley, a Weinstein production. But Ben had told me about it. At that point, Harvey was incredibly respectful of her, always. Asked if there was some part of you that wished you had called him out, Damon said, "I don't know what I would have done. I heard from Ben, who heard from Gwyneth, that this happened. I don't know how that would have happened. I never saw anything in front of me. I mean, look, he was intimidating. That was part of who he was. I've been reading these stories because I am racking my brain. Did I see something? Did I know something? Is there something I could have done?" Netizens came forward and supported Rogan's narrative. One of them wrote, "The Hollyweird creatures are a prime example of the sleaze behavior that these actors will use to promote themselves. Once you take a knee or both, for a job you can never look in the mirror and see the same person ever again. Great job, Joe R." Another one added, "It isn't any one specific person. This is the way it has always been for almost every single celebrity you have ever heard of and known. Same case for most pop music artists, rappers too. The whole industry is F." Following his earlier comments about SH, Matt Damon suddenly issued an apology for his unpopular opinions on the matter. The actor made this apology during an interview on Today, where the conversation shifted towards Damon's controversial remarks while he was promoting his Water.org Super Bowl commercial, raising the eyebrows of many people. One person wrote, "I always wondered where the hell Damon and his buddy Affleck came from. They literally came out of nowhere and became stars overnight. Now that I think of it, these clowns were on Oprah quite a bit too." Furthermore, Matt Damon faced criticism from actresses like his Good Will Hunting co-star Minnie Driver. During this episode, he had articulated his belief that not all allegations of SM should be grouped into the same category. He suggested that the punishment should be proportionate to the offense, implying that different individuals should not necessarily face identical consequences for SM allegations.
You believe that there's a spectrum of behavior, right? And
we're gonna have to figure out like what, you know.
However, some believe that he was pressured by higher-ups to make these comments, fearing for his safety. Alternatively, perhaps he felt remorse for his alleged crimes. Given the current climate where celebrities like Diddy face intense scrutiny, Matt may have chosen to address this publicly to avoid similar repercussions. In a recent interview, Gene Deal disclosed that Diddy has a preference for men of a particular physique. According to him, Cassie alleged that Diddy had compelled her to search the internet for male companions, specifically those fitting a certain description, for their private encounters. These revelations hinted at a darker aspect of the music mogul, characterized by secrecy and undisclosed desires.
Her get smashed by BBCs. So, you know, what you think about that?
Do you think she was the only one getting banged by him?
Speculation filled the air as the Gene probed deeper, suggesting that perhaps Cassie wasn't the sole participant in these illicit activities. The question lingers, was Diddy, a man of immense influence and power, also engaging in these encounters with male workers?
This man had this woman search for online just for them to have.
The ambiguity of masquerade masks worn during these escapades added an extra layer of mystery, making it challenging for Cassie to identify those involved. Gene revealed that he used to wear masks so that no one can know him or accuse him, and ultimately he can enjoy the acts without any disturbance.
Her, the male, and Diddy, they all wore masquerade masks.
He didn't want her to know who they were.
The conversation took a turn towards the alleged censorship and editing of the lawsuit's content before reaching the public eye. Gene has hinted at a more extensive narrative, suggesting that certain elements had been carefully omitted, leaving the fans in suspense about the undisclosed portions of the scandal. Now, but what Cassie alleged about him in the lawsuit? After being in a relationship with Combs for more than a decade, Cassie is making serious allegations, citing multiple incidents of A, including violent beatings, and H, throughout their time together. The New York Times first brought these distressing accusations to light, detailing a disturbing narrative of Combs exerting control over every facet of Cassie's life. The lawsuit portrays a bleak pattern of A, violence, and SH that endured until the relationship ultimately ended in 2018. She said in a statement to the Times that after years in silence and darkness, she was finally ready to tell my story and to speak up on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and A in their relationships. A representative for Combs, who goes by multiple monikers such as Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Diddy, and Love, strongly denied the allegations, labeling them as offensive and outrageous. The spokesperson insisted that these accusations emerged after Ventura allegedly sought a purported $30 million settlement from the mogul.
And Cassie, whose real name is Cassandra Ventura, they're saying tonight that the two have settled a lawsuit she filed against the mogul yesterday in Manhattan federal court.
The statement further stated, Miss Ventura has now resorted to filing a lawsuit riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday. Ventura's legal representative informed the New York Times that she had been offered 8 figures to silence her and prevent the filing of this lawsuit, an offer she reportedly declined. The unsettling lawsuit reveals a distressing narrative of the relationship, illustrating a situation where Combs took control over both the personal and professional facets of Cassie's life. The allegations encompass years of severe beatings, coerced encounters, and an overarching threat of violence.
Yikes. She's claiming she was stuck in a decade-long violence and baby.
Combs, a 3-time Grammy winner, leads a diverse business empire that encompasses various industries, including music. Since establishing Bad Boy Records in 1993, he has been a significant figure in the hip-hop world. However, according to the lawsuit, Combs allegedly pursued Ventura aggressively. Ventura, who signed with Bad Boy at 19 and quickly rose to fame, claims in the legal document that during her 21st birthday celebration, Combs forcibly kissed her, leveraging his power and influence over her career.
She also says that he got physical with her and forced her to be intimate with men of the night. You know how we call women of the night?
Citing Combs' position as the founder of Bad Boy Records, the lawsuit claims that Ventura felt compelled to accede to his advances and offers of D to avoid jeopardizing her career. It describes how he enticed her into an ostentatious, fast-paced, and D-fueled lifestyle. Following the commencement of their relationship, Combs purportedly showered Ventura with luxurious vacations, funded apartments in both New York and Los Angeles, and adorned her with designer clothing, while also providing her with financial support. The lawsuit argues that this opulent lifestyle was orchestrated to ensure her complacency and compliance. However, as the relationship evolved, Combs is alleged to have become increasingly controlling and with instances of physical violence including punching, kicking, and stomping. Furthermore, the lawsuit asserts that he coerced her into carrying his firearms in her purse on multiple occasions. The legal document portrays Combs as prone to uncontrollable rage, alleging that he compelled Ventura to participate in S-acts with male S-workers, capturing these encounters through photography and filming. The suit suggests that she was administered D before and during these incidents, enabling her to disassociate during these horrific encounters. Moreover, the lawsuit asserts that Ventura was a victim of SA, claiming that she was allegedly coerced into participating in non-consensual S-acts in multiple cities. In 2015, the legal document alleges that Combs subjected Ventura to such a severe beating that when his security guard and assistant witnessed her with 2 black eyes, a burst and bruised lip, and a huge welt on her forehead, they were moved to tears. According to Ventura's allegations, she was reportedly consistently forced to seclude herself in hotels until her bruises healed.
Says that not long after she met him in 2005, when she was only 19 years old, he began a pattern of control and that included
a new layer of controversy was added to Cassie's career narrative in September of last year when Azealia Banks made explosive claims. Banks took to Twitter to express her frustrations, accusing Diddy of stifling Cassie's creativity and impeding her from releasing new music. In her tweets, Banks blasted Diddy as writing, "Lol, how about we boycott Diddy for ruining Ryan Leslie and Cassie? They still had hits to make, and all Diddy did was make her unhappy and never let her release any music." She added, "Boycott this N for all the black artists he stole from. Pfft, you and our pitiful and BS politicians." While Azealia Banks' allegations lacked specific instances or concrete evidence, they sparked a broader conversation about the intricate dynamics between artists and powerful industry figures. Diddy's undeniable influence in the music industry, especially through his label Bad Boy Records, has propelled numerous artists to significant success. However, as suggested by Banks, such influence may come with its own set of challenges.
The experience of getting over it is usually pretty quick and easy if you really don't think that he's right for you anyway. Just keep it moving.
Cassie claims that Roger Bonds, who was Diddy's head of security for an extended period, witnessed an alleged A she endured at the hands of Diddy in 2009. According to Cassie, Diddy physically A her after seeing her conversing with another music manager at a Los Angeles club. Cassie alleges that Diddy's anger intensified, leading to a physical attack in the car afterward, despite Roger's attempts to intervene and prevent further harm. Unfortunately, Roger was unable to stop Diddy from hurting Cassie.
So, Diddy's former head of security has come forth. It looks like puffy skeletons are coming out of the closet in every single way. This is not meant to be.
Regarding Cassie's lawsuit, it also alleges that Diddy forced her to engage in S activities with multiple male companions while he watched, masturbated, and recorded the encounters. The lawsuit describes these alleged incidents as freakouts and claims they took place in various hotel suites, including at the Trump International Hotel in New York City. One of the most serious accusations is that Diddy participated in S activities with Cassie, directing her to interact with male companions while he observed for his own pleasure. The lawsuit further asserts that she was instructed to cover herself with oil and engage in S activities with multiple men, sometimes while they wore masks and costumes.
So you feel like Diddy was having...
They had to be for both of them. They was in the room, right?
You're right.
It's a freak-off section.
On another occasion in 2013, Diddy allegedly organized a freak-off and incurred tens of thousands of dollars in damages to the hotel. According to the lawsuit, Cassie was expected to coordinate the location and hire male S-workers for these events. She was allegedly instructed to use websites and escort services to find men with Black P. The lawsuit contends that Diddy insisted on these encounters weekly, repeatedly telling her it was our thing and our secret.
Oh, she didn't want it, but Cassie, who searched for the big black, and she was searching for the big black.
Cassie claimed that these freak-offs often took place in hotel suites, including the Trump International Hotel in Columbus Circle, L'Hermitage, Beverly Hills, the London Hotel in Los Angeles, and intercontinental hotels across the country. Allegedly, Diddy's assistants would assist in setting up the freak-offs by providing baby oil and lubricant. The lawsuit states, Mr. Combs always supplied Miss Ventura and the S-worker with copious amounts of D before and during the FOs. Miss Ventura was given ecstasy, C, GHB, ketamine, M, and A in excessive amounts during FOs, which allowed her to disassociate during these horrific encounters. It became commonplace to get IV fluids in the days after an FO to recover from the excessive substances pushed upon her. She claimed Diddy would ask her to pour excessive amounts of oil over herself before he instructed her and the S-workers what to do. There are allegations circulating that Hollywood functions like a shadowy entity, purportedly involving figures such as Jay-Z and Diddy, who spare no effort to maximize profits. This alleged malevolent influence has supposedly unearthed a troubling avenue for financial gain, which involves the exploitation of numerous young individuals, particularly female artists. It's claimed that Ice Cube is vocal about these matters and doesn't shy away from addressing them.
I think you feel better about yourself when you say what needs to be said at the time it needs to be said, and not afterwards where you go home and think, I should have said.
Reportedly, he argues that many female artists have faced substantial challenges allegedly orchestrated by Jay-Z and Diddy, often without acknowledgement. Their purported experiences, he claims, have resulted in a tumultuous and arduous journey.
They owe a lot of people a lot of favors. The more money you give them, the more you're listened to.
Recent statements from celebrities have left many puzzled, but for those willing to delve deeper, a perplexing narrative begins to emerge. Without explicitly stating it, some celebrities have dropped hints that numerous figures in the entertainment industry might be involved in sinister activities, including human sacrifices. Kanye West, in particular, claims to remain uncontrolled by Hollywood power players because he hasn't participated in such activities. However, one thing has to be noticed, that their main revelations revolved around power and control, and a recent lawsuit suggests that Diddy has a controlling nature. Anyways, that's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.